Hello and welcome back to the final episode of the Angels March to October. Today, it's the World Series, and it's maybe the most interesting matchup we could have had for the World Series. We're facing the Dodgers. It's a Freeway Series World Series, and that would be interesting enough in and of itself, but the cherry on top, what makes it just that much more interesting is this is past versus future for Shohei Ohtani. So much of this March to October was based around Shohei and Trout's last run together, and we've gotten them all the way to the World Series, and we just so happen to be facing off against the team that Shohei is leaving to go to. It couldn't be any more fitting. So just a quick little rundown of how today is going to go. We're obviously playing the World Series in its entirety, however long it takes, and then after that's over, we're going to go into our end of season stat recap. We're going to take a look at all of our players' stats throughout the season. We're going to take a look at some awards, and then to cap it all off, if you guys make it all the way to the end, I will reveal what team I'll be doing my next March to October with. But first, let's take a look at our World Series opponent here. Get ourselves familiar with what they're going to be putting out on the field. So the Dodgers won the NL West with a record of 93-67, which I feel like by the fact that our record consisted of 118 wins, 93 seems a little low, but it's still pretty good. It's a solid record. The big thing though is they're ranked number 4 overall in the team ranking. Their hitting is solid all around, but it's that first overall pitching rank that might give us a little bit of trouble. And so far in this postseason run, it looks like that's what's really helping them out. Obviously, their hitting is great with a 278 average, slugging over 500, but they have a 148 ERA so far in their postseason run, which is ridiculous. Comparing it to us, we're the 7th ranked team, so we might be the slight underdogs, even with a record as much better as we have. But let's take a look at their lineup here. See what specifically we're going to be going up against. Against righties, this is what we're looking like. They've got Lux leading off with JD Martinez batting second and playing center field. What are they doing? I know he's not that much better out there in the field, but why would you not have Trayce Thompson in the field with at least a little bit better fielding? But anyway, after those two, it's then Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Will Smith, Trayce Thompson, who still is a big time threat with those numbers against righties, Chris Taylor, Max Muncy, Michael Busch. It's all pretty solid up and down. When you go to the lineup against lefties, it's Miguel Rojas and Miguel Vargas that come off the bench to play the middle infield and lead off. I don't know why in both lineups they kind of lead off two of their weaker, at least overall wise hitters. Definitely these two. And then for some reason, they do have Trayce Thompson playing center in this one and JD DHing. So I don't get it. Over to the pitching, and yep, I see why this is the number 1 ranked pitching. You got Julio Urias, who might never be seen in MLB The Show again. I guess we'll see, but they did take his whole player model out of the game. You got Tony Gonsolin, you got Walker Buehler, and then you got either Kershaw or Dustin May. Usually you don't see that 5th starter get a start in a postseason series, so I don't know. I'm assuming if Kershaw is listed for, he'll be the one pitching. But Dustin May does have 12 innings, so maybe they're bringing him out of the pen, which would just be another tough bullpen arm to face on top of what they already have, which is going to be pretty tough on its own. I mean, you got a guy like JP Fireeisen, only a 73 overall, but it's that 98 hits per 9 that's the problem. Basic pitch mix doesn't even throw all that hard, but that's going to give us a small PCI. Same deal with Alex Vesia, really high hits per 9. Brewstar's just got the tough pitch mix. Yency Almonte also has the tough pitch mix, hard sinker and slider situation. You got Jimmy Nelson back up to the high hits per 9 with the basic pitch mix. Blake Trinan's got them both. I'm not going to be able to hit Blake Trinan. Even a guy like Daniel Hudson, regressing, getting old, basic pitch mix, still with a pretty high hits per 9. I'm assuming out of everybody, he's going to be one of the easier guys to face though, so hopefully they don't shy away from using him in an actual setup role. And then to close it out is Evan Phillips, who you'd think is the toughest of them all. He's got the velo, he's got the hits per 9, he's got the pitch mix, but back in the Nationals March to October, way back at the start of this season, for whatever reason, Evan Phillips could never put me away. I always put up runs against Evan Phillips. Taking a quick look at their postseason stats so far, who's been doing big for them. They got 5 homers apiece from Freddie Freeman and Will Smith. Trace Thompson is going crazy with a 4.86 ERA. He's driven in 10. You got Miguel Rojas in his spot starts doing pretty good. But then after that, nobody else has really been able to put together any type of consistent play here. But they have a couple home runs from guys like Mookie Betts, from Chris Taylor. You gotta imagine those are pretty big ones. On the mound, everybody has been getting starts, which is interesting. They've been going all the way through that rotation. It seems like Kershaw is the odd one out, actually, with only the 1 start. So he might be the true 5th starter. Everybody besides Dustin May, though, is absolutely lights out. 1.17 ERA from a 1 run in 7 2/3 inning start is their worst ERA from a starting pitcher, again, besides Dustin May. They haven't had to dip too far into that bullpen, and when they have, it's gone very well for them. Evan Phillips is actually putting up the worst numbers, and even that is only 1 run allowed in 3 innings, but it looks like he blew a save and got a loss. But let's talk about our team real quick too. Looking at this lineup screen, as far as I can tell, because I'm not gonna lie, even though the last episode came out relatively recently, it's been a little while since I've actually played. But it looks like the roster's looking the same. The bench is looking the same. We don't have any surprises here. And then pitching-wise, it's the same situation. No new arms. We still have Andrew Watts after he returned in the ALCS. Taking a quick look at our stats, Shohei's batting .421, and then nobody else is batting over 300, but Trout has certainly had a big-time postseason. 5 bombs. He did have 1 stretch, if I remember right, where he didn't get a hit for a while, so that's probably why his average is as low as it is compared to Ohtani. Ramon Urias has also had some good moments. He's gotten himself on base a lot for Trout. And then after him, it's kind of the same thing as I was saying on their end, where we don't have a lot of consistent contributions from these guys, but a lot of big swings. A lot of homers here, man. Like, look at Jared Walsh especially. Only batting 189, but 4 bombs. When he's getting hits, he's making them count. Of anybody who's gotten a start in the postseason run, Matt Thaiss is the only one who hasn't hit multiple home runs, and he hit the most recent home run that walked off the ALCS. Weirdly enough, we haven't faced any lefty starters yet, so we haven't gotten Rengifo or Ohapi any starts. Brett Phillips is actually 3 for 3 on scoring runs when I bring him into pinch run. And then pitching wise, our starters have been very good, but not quite as dominant as their starters have been. The layout here is kind of weird just because our actual starters have been Shohei, Sandoval, Tyler Anderson, and Jose Suarez, but I've been using Detmers and Canning out of the pen, and they've both had some really good innings. Out of our true bullpen arms, Jaime has given us 6 really nice innings. We've only gotten 1 inning apiece from everybody else, including Estevez. Aaron Loop is the only one who hasn't thrown an inning yet. And now all that brings us here, ready to start Game 1 of the World Series. We're at home. We have a 2-1 lead to start, and we have just about 4 full innings to go. Starting in the top of the 6th, they have a runner on, and let's go, man. Let's get things started. Shohei on the bump, 5 1/3, only the 1 run allowed. Giant American flag. It wouldn't be the World Series without it, would it? We have 83 pitches from Shohei up to this point. I'll be interested how much energy he has. Oh, he has plenty. He's doing fine. I'm going to try not to push him, though, as hard as I tried to push him in the Cleveland series, because I left him in 1 batter too long, and then it extended the game and the series much longer than it needed to be extended. Let's see what we've got up to this point here. We have another homer from Shohei, driven in 2, and that's our entire offense. Ramon Urias doing his part, getting caught stealing twice. And you got to imagine here, just because, you know, it's the game and they probably wouldn't program this in, it's going to feel like a home atmosphere here in these home games. That was a bad pitch to throw first. But if this series were to happen in real life, I don't know. I'm not as familiar with the LA to Anaheim fan base in that area, but being a White Sox fan, I imagine, is similar to being an Angels fan, where it feels like everybody around you is a Cubs fan / Dodgers fan. So I have to wonder, if this series were to happen in real life, would every game feel like a Dodgers home game? Would the Dodgers fans overwhelm the Angels fans, or would the Angels fans show up enough to make some noise? Dude, Will Smith's being tough up here. He's fouling everything off. Can't find the pitch that puts him away. Now he's taking it. Man, I challenged him even, and he's ready. Too early fouling it off. There we go. Finally got him. Give him a cutter. Watch him be out in front of it. And here we go. We couldn't ask for a better spot to start in our order here. Trout and Ohtani up back-to-back. Looks like Urias for them. Similar energy, similar pitch count to Ohtani. Very similar game all around. I mean, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do on that? Oh, Shohei, though, I'm off of that. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to carry once I glanced at the PCI. That can't be a good omen for the rest of the series to get sat down with Trout and Ohtani back-to-back. Ooh, they let me hold up. All right, not going to go down 1, 2, 3 with my 3 best hitters. We at least have a base runner here. Oh, but I'm rolling over on the outside fastball. Couldn't wait back. Nothing going in our first World Series inning here. At least we got through the 6th, though, with less pitches thrown than Julio has. So our starter's in a better spot. Oh, hey, okay. You don't want to give up anything that hard hit, but you got a guy there. And then we got to roll over to TA at short. Still get nervous every time a ball's hit to him. Oh, and then we miss a spot there on a 3-2 count. Man, that was unfortunate at bat. A lot of perfect pitch releases and results that ended up as far out on the par as they could, and he just wouldn't bite at any of them. All right, there we go. Couldn't hold up on the splitter. Just 3 extra pitches. I don't know. We'll see. I might call it there for Ohtani, though. Ooh, okay, I'll take that. Leadoff base runner on the hit by pitch. Now let's see what Renjifo's got. His first start, because it's our first lefty face. Let's do something here. Oh, he's gonna get to that. I thought that was going way out of play, but it's a pop out. Come on, Renjifo. All right, well then same thing goes for Ohtani. At least he has a hit already. Nope, that's going to be even worse. Not just a double play, but a first pitch double play on a really nice swing. I am going to sit down Ohtani. We're still at the point where Ohtani is like by far and away our highest rated pitcher, so you really just want to leave him in. But I learned my lesson leaving him in too long in his last start, and I don't want that to happen again. We'll get a fully rested, fully energized lefty in here to play the matchups. I mean, he hit it kind of hard, but we got Ward right there. All right, I'll take it. Couldn't punch Martinez out, but we found the out pitch. Now, this is where it starts getting tough again. This is middle of the order. At least we have the matchup here, but we got to get Freddie out before Mookie comes up. And we might have done it. TA's got it clean. That's a nice quick inning from Loop. And we get to see a new arm now, Yency Almonte. Hard sinker, slider, fastball, circle change. Pretty much what we're going to be seeing from the majority of this bullpen. Wow, I don't know how I whiffed on that. I felt like I waited back and everything. What's it about to tell me here? I was still too early, wow. Oh, and then Drury. Ah, man, I've timed up a couple pitches and still can't put good swings on them. Like that's got to be about as weak as you can hit it for a good timing swing where it at least touches the inner PCI. Oh, I mean, if it weren't for the weak sound, I would have at least thought that had a hope, but that's a pretty bad 1-2-3 inning there. All right, well, we put our trust in Jaime then here for the 8th. Oh, wait, it's the 9th. That's a bad move. That's a bad mistake to lose count of what inning it is, but that's fine. I don't really trust Jaime any less than I would have trusted Jimmy Herget with a 1-run 9th inning lead, but Jimmy Herget is our closer. He's probably who I should have in right now, so Jaime, no pressure. There we go. Somehow couldn't catch up to 92 right there for him. Probably not the guy you want to be challenging, but he started having a foul ball party, so I wanted to end that as quick as I could. Please say he went around. All right, thank you. Like I said, it's been a little while since I played that ALCS against Cleveland, but I am still harboring some frustration from that series. Like, those dudes were just so tough to put away with 2 strikes, and it's happening again. Look at that. Well, it's not going to let you look at that pitch, but you saw it. Oh, and there's a foul ball. At least he didn't take it for a walk. There we go. All right. One more, Jaime. There we go. Trace Thompson can't hold up. We pick up the win. I don't feel great about it. I didn't do anything at the plate. I kind of stunk at the plate. But we hold on to the lead. Not something I was really able to do all that successfully in the postseason. I feel like I've been kind of bad at giving up leads that I've loaded in with. So we at least did something. We pick up game 1. That's the first step to a World Series victory. And all right, judging by how the hitting went last game, I'd really like to see another lead loaded in with here. So let's see what we've got. Oh no, that's very much not a lead we're loading in with. And see, this actually worries me more now. The last episode, even though it went up relatively recently, I recorded it a couple weeks ago. And in those couple weeks ago, I was on the hot streak to end all hot streaks on this game at the plate, and that has left me. I wouldn't say I'm slumping, but I'm definitely not hitting at the same level that I was, and I don't have the same confidence as I did in the last episode. So 4-2 deficit in the 7th inning this time. We've got an inning and a half less. Already have an out on the board, runner on. Let's get right into it, see what we can do. It's Matt Thaiss up. 93 pitches for Gonsolin. Oh, he is done. We got to take advantage this at bat of that low energy. What are we looking at though from this? We've got, or they have, a homer from Mookie. He drove in 3, and then Chris Taylor picked up the other one on a double. Gonsolin, he's only given up the 2. He's given up plenty of base runners though, but he's punched out 8. For us, we have a 3-for-3 day from Trout. Couple doubles on the board for him. We got 6 innings from Sandoval. He punched out 11, but gave up 4. We got a scoreless inning from Carlos Estevez. So let's see what we can do here. Last time I took an AB with Matt Thaiss with a runner on, things went very well. Oh, what? They lied to me. Look at Gonsolin's energy now. We all saw it before, but now he throws a pitch and gets like 40% of it back. Oh, Thaiss. That's not getting caught. We got to run. Oh, it's just going to leave. It just barely got over that yellow line, and Thaiss replicates what he did last time. A 2-run shot. He has gotten going here. Tie it up immediately. We really couldn't have asked for a better way to get this one going. All right, let's see what we can do from here. They're not taking Gonsolin out, even though he's given up 4 now. Oh, come on. It is going to get down the line. Nice. That is a pitch that I need to hit a lot harder than that, but at least it's ending up as a hit. And that's going to be what does it. All right, we're going back to that bullpen. This time it's going to be Bruzdar. Oh, I was ready for that sinker right away. Too bad I was 2 out in front of it and on top of it. Oh, well, I did exactly what I asked. I waited back, timed it up, and wasn't as far on top of it, and we're getting a line drive as a reward. Or a line out. A line drive would have been a nice reward. A line out is not. All right, come on, Trout. A 3rd double probably gives us the lead here. Or you can just go deep. Oh, no. I got a round on it, but I'm under it. That would have been a real nice swing to do some damage on. But you know what? Thaiss did enough damage for that inning. 2 runs, brought it back even. We got 2 more innings to close it out. This is a tough spot in the order to decide who to bring in here, but I'm going Matt Moore, trusting his high hits per 9 rating. We've got the matchup against Freddie Freeman, and then both other guys. It's not much of a difference between them facing a lefty and them facing a righty. There we go. We got him swinging way over the top of that knuckle curve. Big first out. Now this is where it gets tough though. Mookie and Will Smith back to back. That's a very nice first pitch. That's a nice second pitch. Nice enough at least. Got the take. All right though, we'll take it. He hit it hard. He was on it. And there we go, pop up. Matt Moore, 1-2-3 inning. This whole trusting our bullpen thing is kind of going well these first 2 games so far. Ooh, they're going Alex Vesia. They're going lefty-lefty for Shohei here. Shohei can still do it against lefties. Just makes it that much more difficult. Get through. Run it out. 85 speed. We're on. All right. We got a good swing to a good spot. Should have been a hit anyway. Now we got TA, and this should be a really good matchup for him. Let's actually do something here. No, how did I miss that? I was early. Oh, that's not good. That's his fastest pitch. I I don't know how I missed that one either. I had to have been under it. I had to have. There's no way I was out in front of that one, too. Okay, I was under it. I was actually a little late. I don't want to have Jared Walsh hit here, lefty. Man, I could go Renhefo, and I maybe should with that high contact, too, but I'm going to be bringing in Rendon to play first anyway. He's still really good against lefties power-wise, and I don't know why, but my gut kind of wants to bring in Rendon for this AB. So you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going Anthony Rendon here to take over for Walsh. We need a big swing out of him. It's a tiny PCI. I'm already slightly starting to regret it. Well, and now I'm fully regretting it. I was so far out in front of that fastball. I don't understand. He's got that pitch and then 2 pitches that are like 10 miles per hour slower. Why am I that far out in front of it? And I finally wait back and time it up with a good swing, and it's just another one on the ground right to somebody. Well, if we're gonna win today, it's gonna have to be on a walk-off. And we don't need to wait for a save spot anymore, so we're going to our closer. We're going Jimmy Herget to get us through this top of the 9th. Come on, TA. He's just there. We got a green throw. That was a tough play. That was a very tough play. This is going to end up a ball, isn't it? The Dodgers are really doing their best here to make them more annoying than Cleveland. Oh my God, just sit down, Max Muncy. You're done. Oh. There we go, finally. It only took 11 pitches. There we go, that's how you do it. 4 pitches to sit down Chris Taylor. We're heading to the bottom of the 9th. We don't want to go to extras. We got Jimmy Nelson to face, another guy with a high hits per 9, but he's probably one of the more hittable guys out there. 3 pitches, knuckle curve, slider, 4 seam. Should be easy enough to distinguish between the 3. Oh, I think I was late. I think I waited back too far. I saw he's throwing 93. I was early on 93 from Vesia the whole time, and this time I'm late. Come on, Theis. You want to just do this whole thing yourself? He wants to just do this whole thing himself. Come on, ball. Carry ball. That one's gone. Same spot that he hit the game-tying home run. He's sending the game-winning home run out too. He only saves his home runs for the biggest spots. We need a swing to tie the game. Matt Theis. You need one to win the game? Matt Theis. My God, man, I spent the entire ALCS saying that he was due for something big, and that was an understatement. All right, man, we've done it. We've done it 2 different ways here. We held on to a lead. We made a comeback. Couldn't really ask for a better start here in the first 2 games at home. And I guess now it's time to hit the road. Google Maps says it's only like, what, a half an hour-ish drive, but with all that I hear about the LA traffic, I got to assume it's going to be more than that. But just a short drive up the road to Dodger Stadium. All we got to do is take 2 of 3 there, ideally the first 2, and we can wrap this one up. It's going to be a 3-3 tie this time. They've given me a lead. They've given me a deficit. This is the one thing they haven't given me yet, is a tie game. Little bit of a sticky situation to work ourselves out of here to start, though. We got 2 on, 2 out in the bottom of the 6th, and there's no reason to wait around. Let's just go ahead. Let's hop right into it. We've got all 3 runs have been given up this inning. Only 2 of them earned, though. Max Muncy at the plate, so I might want to stick with Tyler Anderson for the matchup. Look at that shot. I don't know why it's always Hunter Renfroe in the middle, but at least we get to see Trout and Ohtani on either side of them. I guess Hunter Renfroe is the real star. What am I saying? And all right, let's see what we're dealing with here, because we're 83 pitches in. Everything is coming this inning, so I wouldn't be shocked if we don't have... Yeah, he's telling me he's tired. He's in the yellow. Probably don't want to push it here. Man, this is actually kind of a weird spot in the order, because you got Muncy as a lefty, who's actually better hitting against lefties, but then you got Taylor and Thompson, more so Thompson, who are righties, but are worse against lefties. I feel like the move is to bring in a lefty then. I'm going to go Matt Moore He's got the highest pitching clutch out of anybody we could bring in, actually, besides Jimmy Herget. But he gave me a good inning in the last game. He's back to being fully rested. We just need an out here. Let's go and take a look, though, what we're looking at here. We have only 2 hits on the board, 2 walks, and we've brought 3 runs around. That's pretty efficient. 5th homer of the postseason from Jared Walsh. 7th double of the postseason for Mike Trout. Finally got our Tim Anderson error, and then Tyler Anderson went those 5 2/3 innings. Only the 2 earned runs allowed, so we could have had the lead if it wasn't for Tim Anderson. They have a home run from Freddie Freeman, a 3-run homer from Freddie Freeman, it looks like. I mean, it would have to be. So it's probably a situation where one of those 2 runners got on base because of the Tim Anderson error, but it's not one of those situations where the inning would have been over. So these would be earned runs out there right now. If they come around to score, which it looks like they will, we can't even get 1 pitch by him before they get the big hit. We might, no, we're not going to be able to. If somebody would actually be out there as a cutoff man and not make Renfroe throw it all the way into first base, we would have had him at home. That is an extremely unfortunate way to start. A grounder right past him. It didn't slow down the whole way, makes it all the way to the wall, and nobody went out there to help. If we had somebody, even a couple steps into the outfield grass, we probably have him at home. Oh, now we can't find the zone, even with perfect releases. The par is screwing us over. Maybe yellow's better, even though that ended up out of the zone. We got to swing. All right, and then we caught him looking. It's just turned itself into a situation that we had last game. It's no different than last game. We're down 2. We've got 3 innings at the plate to fix that. They still have Walker Buehler out there. 72 pitches. I'm guessing he has plenty of energy. He does. And I'm swinging early on a first pitch and making it out right away. That's not going to help. Oh my God, there's no way I missed that. What am I looking for that has me so far off of that pitch? I was late, I was below it, I was off to the right. Oh my God, I can't see the fastball. Wow, dude, wow. I was late on that. I don't even have an explanation for how that swing was so bad. The only thing I can hope for is they take out Walker Buehler as soon as possible. Well, it makes sense to leave the lefty in to face Trace Thompson, but this will be Matt Moore's last batter. And tough meter, but TA's there. He makes nice plays for me if he could have just made that play when the game was being simmed. All right, now we're going Jaime. These should be a couple good matchups because these first 2 hitters are the platoon guys that don't start against righties. I mean, I don't really know why Dave Roberts over there in the other dugout wouldn't take these guys. Well, that's probably why. Is that the only spot on the whole field that they can get hits in this series, is sneaking one down the first base line? All right, we'll punch him out. Would have been nice to get those 2 guys down before we have to face Freddie Freeman. But we just have to sit down Freddie Freeman then. See, nice and simple. We just have to sit down Freddie Freeman. Okay, definitely helps that Mookie didn't swing the bat until then, and then he was late. Still get out of the inning. Nothing allowed. Bats have to wake up very quick. They went to Blake Trinan, so my wish of getting Walker Buehler came true. This is not the guy that I would have wanted to face, though. Now I'm the one being annoying. Look at Drury. He's about to see his 10th pitch against Trinan. And we worked the walk. What a take to end it. An 11-pitch walk. Now what kind of magic does Matt Thaiss still have in this bat? Oh, again. If it weren't for that weak sound off the bat, I would have thought that that had a chance. That probably should have had a chance. Just wait and see if you didn't look at the swing result. Like, look at that. Good timing, out in front of it, out ahead of it. Whole PCI's on it. Oh, and I'm too early on that. At least I'm taking away the sinker. Okay, Taylor Ward wants to be nice and annoying too. Make him work. Oh no, we gotta run, Ward. We gotta run fast. No, we can't have that inning end in a double play, especially not when I time the pitch up. It's just a terrible PCI. We don't need to be hitting it like that. Oh, that sucked. Now that retroactively makes me more upset that the Matt Theis swing didn't do more than it did, because that was a good swing. I'm going to stick with Jaime, though. He's got a lot of stamina for a relief pitcher. He's a long relief guy. He can give us some more outs here. There we go. I was not expecting Will Smith to get fooled by that when I missed my spot. And there we go. We got the rollover on the slider. Let's just get this third out nice and easy. Let's not have this side of the ball be what's stressful. Okay, Muncy's just turning into somebody I very much hate facing now in this series. He had the big hit. He's been patient in a couple at bats now. I think he was the guy that I had to throw like 11 pitches to get an out, right? Now he's ripping one to the gap. Oh my God, I am done facing Max Muncy. If there's any motivator for me to make this comeback in this game, it would be to have one less game of having to face Max Muncy. Dude, how do you lay off of that on 0-2? That couldn't be more perfect. That couldn't be more hung. But it's not Max Muncy, so he's not going to do anything with it. This is it. This is our last chance, and it'll be against Evan Phillips. We've got the part of our order that I would want up the most, though. It's Urias, it's Trout, it's Ohtani. We're not making it easy on Evan Phillips either. We've got a 3-2 count here. Just got to actually do something with it. Come on, Urias. Oh my God, I'm too early on 95. Being patient and everything is good, but doesn't do much when you get the pitch you want and still don't do anything with it. And then I couldn't check swing. I wanted to hold up. Oh, that's a tough spot. I still don't know if I agree with what it's telling me that I did on it. Didn't feel like that's what I did. That is gonna get through, all right. I need to be making a better swing on that kind of a pitch, but we got Trout on. Tying run coming up to the plate, and it's Shohei. We got the matchup and everything. Then we did it. We did it. Perfect on the cutter. It could not have been left in a worse spot than it was. We're not going down. Trout gets on. Ohtani goes deep, and we're right back in it. That was absolutely destroyed also. He hit that ball so far. I don't believe the 437. It was at least 700 feet. Look at him go crazy in there. Look at that. Doing it against the Dodgers. We're going to be seeing that for the Dodgers from here on out in real life, but getting to see him do it in an Angels jersey, even if it is just a video game. We're not done yet, though. It's still only tied. They're going to leave Evan Phillips out there, even though he's, running out of energy. We've already done some damage, only have one out. Oh my God, and I'm right back to missing that slider. I'm very fortunate I was on it enough for Mike Trout to get a hit, because every other time I'm either out in front or I'm waiting too far back and I'm late. Oh no, okay, I am lucky. Wait, that's fair? Oh no, it's not, okay. For a second, I thought that was fair because maybe he touched it while he was still in fair territory. Oh, come on. I'm plenty under it. But what kind of carry do we have? Oh, we don't have enough. That would have been so nice to just have that one leave. But now we're going to have to send it to extras in order to keep the sweep intact. All right, well, I'm going Griffin Canning here. He's going to have to get us through this ninth and through whatever potential innings we have left in extras, unless we take the lead and can bring in our closer. There we go. Dude, Canning has some really nasty pitches. Okay, there we go. We get the weak contact, pop fly to center field. That works for me. Man, I just want somebody to swing at that. Why won't anybody swing at that? I've thrown it to everybody. There we go. Sat him down. Honestly, though, for a well-pitched 1-2-3 inning, I feel like 16 pitches is a bit high. All right, though, they're going Alex Vesia for the first extra inning here. And remember, it's the postseason. No free base runner on second. We got to completely manufacture everything on our own. All right, I need to remember to keep the bat slowed down here. Even on the fastball, I got to wait back on everything because I was early the last time I faced Vesia. All right, I'll take my walk. Making another guy work here. Oh, see, I finally get it in my head to not be way out in front of the fastball, and of course, I get one in the perfect spot, and now I'm just late. Now 94 actually looks like 94. Oh, and I don't know. Do I stick with Matt Thaiss? We don't have him start against lefties, but if I remember right, technically he has better, he has better attributes than Ohtani against lefties even. I mean, I could bring in a Rengifo, and then I have two options to bring back in to catch, but do I want to save Rengifo for one of my other lefties? I guess it would just be Walsh. Actually, no, they don't have any other lefties in the bullpen, right? Yeah, Vesia was the only one, so unless they bring in Kershaw, which I feel like they won't, I should probably get our lefty masher in now. All right, so we're gonna do it. As much as I hate taking Thaiss out with all of his big swings, I feel like we gotta take advantage of a matchup here. They're stuck with Vesia in. We can bring in a guy with 89 contact, 83 power, 85 power. I was 2 off, so close. Then so you see, you don't get a pitch better than that to hit. Well, we did get a pitch better than that to hit, and I didn't hit it well. At some point, you kind of hope that the ratings take over on a swing that's at least decent, but that ball had nothing off the bat. Ward, nope, that one also has nothing off the bat. At least it made him run back a few steps, but we're going to have to go to 11 if we want to win this game. I'm going to bring Stassi in to catch because if they have all righties left in the pen, he's a better bat against righty pitchers than Ohtani. So this is a tough spot in the order, though, to get through to send it to another extra inning, but if we keep making pitches in locations like that, Canning might be able to do it. Will Freddie be the first victim of the curve? He's at least the first one that swung at it, but that would have been the one time it would have helped if somebody didn't. God, dude, I swear. It's one thing to just have patient hitters to deal with on the mound, but it's this type of patience that is the most frustrating, when it feels like you can automatically get to an 0-2 count to start the AB, but then you just can't get that last swing. They're either gonna foul it off like that or take really well placed pitches. There we go. All right. Okay, it might be time to retire that curveball. Nobody's swinging at it out of the zone. We've had a couple of swings when it stays in the zone, and that one's a base hit. It didn't even really register me. They just subbed out Mookie Betts. They wanted some more speed out there, which I guess makes sense, but you sub out Mookie? Ooh, we got him. Not a pitch I wanted to leave in the zone, but if it works, it works. And there we go. Grounder. Drury's got it. We got through 10. They have no more Mookie Betts. What can we do here? We've got this good spot of the order up again. It's Urias, Trout, Ohtani. Worked for us last time. Let's see if it can work again. Well, you see, he gets away with throwing fastballs right down the middle to righties for some reason. I mean, really, he can throw a fastball in the meat of the plate, and for whatever reason, I'm not hitting it. I can be early, I can be late, but I'm going to be off of it. There we go. Come on, Ramon. That is going to get up through. Pretty good swing for a defensive swing there on a circle change below the zone. Oh, there we go. That is staying fair, right? That is staying fair, right? Oh my God, it's not staying fair. 4.5 feet. Okay, they let me hold up, though. We got 2 on. Last time we had a guy who hit a tying 2-run homer, and then he came up with a chance to do more damage. He gave us the win. If Shohei wants to do that same thing, I would be very happy. Even if he just wants to get himself a base hit and drive in a run, though, I'd be happy. Let's just do something. No. I think I swung at that like it was a slider. I think his slider is slightly slower, and you could also tell by where I put that PCI. If that was a slider, that's an 8-5 game, but it wasn't. Still a good matchup for TA, though. They're leaving Vesia in. And nope, I'm going to be late on the fastball. I'm having chances here, man. I got 2 on, nobody out. Pitch after pitch to hit, and instead, I just have 2 outs without being able to move him over, and now it is Walsh. They did leave the lefty in long enough for it to be Walsh. At least the clutch is active, so he's actually a pretty decent hitter lefty-lefty right now. Yeah, 74 clutch, 67 power. That's plenty to do damage. Perfect swing. You have to be joking. You are kidding me. We just lost. That perfect swing line out just sealed the loss. You don't have a perfect line out and then get through the next inning when they can walk it off, especially with it being Muncy up and all the issues I've had against him this game. Yeah, this one, you can say goodnight. Yeah, I mean, I saw that coming from a mile away. You know this game. You play this game long enough, you can tell the future. It's not like I was trying to give up the walk-off homer there. It's just, you know the beats of the story. As much as that sucks, just with how it ended, the way that it ended, I still had plenty of chances. I can't act like I didn't. Can't act like a couple of better swings on these very hittable pitches I kept getting could have made that a non-factor. We could have been done with this game before extra innings, but no, we just had to stick around long enough for the bad luck and the game to catch up to me. I don't know, man. This is starting to feel eerily similar to that Cleveland series, which I guess isn't a bad thing because we did win the series 4-2. It's just, I don't want to put myself through that again. That was a tough one. I mean, hey, though, we're still up. We're still up 2-1 in the series. That's just one loss. We regroup. We rearm, and we take this next game. So what are they going to give me after that one? What do we got here? We got the lead again. Last time we had a 1-run lead, we just kept it for the rest of the game. Got to get through 3 innings on the mound. It's a clean start to the 7th. 3 runs on the board, though, for them. We got Suarez pitching, 8 hits allowed. No walks, though. I'll be curious to see what kind of energy he has left. Wouldn't be super surprised if we have to rely on the bullpen again, 88 pitches in, and yeah, he's in the yellow already, so I'm not even going to mess with it. Actually, I am going to mess with it for one batter, because Trace Thompson is so much worse against lefties, but then their next 2 guys up are worse against righties, so leave Suarez in for this one more batter, and then go to the righty. And there we go. Let's sit him down. Good way to end his day. He's got the lead still intact. We've got 8 more outs to get. And I'm going to Andrew Wantz. I mean, we had to use Jaime. We had to use Canning last game. They're not unusably low on energy, but if I can avoid using them, that'd probably be better. And I'm hoping, you know, with these being a couple bad bats against righties, we can get Wantz these 2 outs, and it'd be relatively low stress. That might just be wishful thinking, though. We'll find out. There we go. Way out in front of that. That's perfect. Oh, come on, Ward. Good enough jump on that. He's there, and we got it. 2 quick outs for Wantz. Scoreless inning. See if we can get ourselves some insurance. They're going to Yency Almonte again. I didn't do anything off of him back in game 1. We got Shohei leading off. He has another homer, and that reminds me that I forgot to look at the box score, so let's do that real quick. Homer for Shohei, homer for Renfroe. We also have another Matt Theis RBI, 3 doubles on the board, and then we kind of already saw what the pitching did for them. It's JD Martinez going deep. Dustin May got the start, and we're not going to have to deal with seeing him at all. Ooh, I missed. Wow. I think I was late. I think he just blew that one right past me. Yup. Not even close. Come on, get through. Get through. Run it out? Neither. Walsh, I don't think that's going to drop in. Maybe insurance runs aren't in the cards when Yency Almonte's on the mound. I don't know, man. This is a tough part of the order to decide who to go to here. But once again, I think last time it was these 3 due up, I went to a lefty, so I'm doing it again. There we go. I don't know how he's frozen by that. I didn't want it in the zone, but I guess that was the perfect spot for it. Big pitch. We got Mookie to swing on 3-2. And there we go. Dominant 8th inning from Aaron Loop. Really want to do something this inning because you know who is due up next inning, and I don't really want to only have a 1-run lead when that happens. You see, why would they leave Yency Almonte out there for a 2nd inning? I don't want to face him for a 2nd inning. That's not very nice. Ugh. Well, it's going to be down to Matt Theis to try and do something. They were afraid of him. 4-pitch walk. I guess I can't blame him. Okay, it is going to get through. I had a very bad vision of another perfect line out, but that got through. Bad luck isn't coming through yet. That is one that I need to destroy. Oh my god, I got beat on that twice in 2 different ways. Well, it's going to be down to Jimmy Herget and a 1-run lead. Come on, we got to make this play. We got the throw, we got it clean, and we got out number 1. Dude, Max Muncy is ridiculous once he gets to 2 strikes. What is his discipline rating? 96. Okay, that makes sense at least. I swear he lays off the best pitches I could possibly throw, but he waits until 2 strikes to do it. Watch that. Look at it. I'm not going to lay one in there. If he draws a walk, he draws a walk. I'm not letting Muncy beat me again. And he is going to draw the walk. He twitched, though. He kind of wanted it. Okay, look. This isn't cool, game. We're done. We're done here. There we go. Sit him down. There we go. We got Trayce Thompson way out in front of it. You put Muncy on, you deal with everybody else. That is a 3-1 series lead. We just need one more win to wrap this one up. And man, when I say this is eerily similar to the Cleveland series, I mean it. At this point, 4 games in against Cleveland, I was up 3-1. I was like at the exact spot, just over 2 hours into my recording, and that's where I'm at now. And last time, game 5 kind of went 15 innings, and I ended up losing on a walk-off. And I don't really want to do that again. We have a 1-0 lead. The last couple times we've loaded in up 1, it's gone well. But they have 2 on, runners on the corners, 2 outs. Oh, wait, no, that's me. That's me with 2 on. Okay, that makes it a little bit better if we can get a big hit right away. So I'm doing it. I'm hopping in. It's going to be a longer one, but let's just not let it go to extras and be a ridiculously long one. Interesting that they have Tony Gonsolin out there, though. He was the game 2 starter. They skipped Urias's spot, I'm assuming because he must have been tired, but how is Gonsolin not? All right, well, we have Drury up and ready to go here. Let's see what we're looking like, though. We've got a lot of hits on the board to only have 1 run. Matt Thaiss 2 for 2. Ohtani drove him in. Ohtani's on the mound and he's punched out 8 through 5. He wants this series to end right now. He's doing it on both sides. And yeah, I mean, glancing in their bullpen, I guess Urias wasn't quite at full energy, but I'd be kind of shocked if Gonsolin was. But I guess they wouldn't pass up on starting Urias and start him unless he was. I need to be swinging at that, but had me very fooled. Ooh, gotta be on that. All right, well, once again, the similarities did not run out here. In that Cleveland Game 5, Shohei had a ton of energy left, and once again, he has a ton of energy left. You'd think he should be able to go the rest of this thing if all goes well. There we go. We got JD Martinez behind it. They only have 3 hits on the board, and JD had 2 of them. Looks like Freddie Freeman has the other one. And that's going to be a second one for Renfroe, or for Freeman. Renfroe was the one who couldn't run it down. It's okay, if there's ever a time to give up a double, it's with 2 outs. You just don't always want it to be Mookie Betts, who's the next one up. There we go. We got him, though. Took a few more pitches than I probably would have liked to get through that inning. We're up over 80 here, but Ohtani's energy still looking good. We got 3 more to go. Oh, God, dude. You get a fastball right down the middle, you kind of want to do a little something with it. It's like I forget how some of these guys throw. Like, I thought Gonsolin throws a bit harder. Well, I was just late in my at-bat the inning before because he went a fastball up in the zone. Well, and he went back to it again and sat me down. And that one was faster. Oh, my God, and we're popping it up. I just want to hit the ball to center field. If I even hit it and have to make JD Martinez run at all, we're probably going to get a base hit. Oh, nope, line out. Not a good omen. Not a good omen at all. Yeah, oh no. On a weak swing, I have a perfect right to him. 79 off the bat. It's going to find a hole. Devastating. Oh, we're going to sit down Trayce Thompson on a horribly missed spot. He seems like such an easy out right now. He just cannot keep the bat from going around. All right, pop up. We got Taylor, but I think I know who's up next, and it's not the guy that I want to face right now with the runner on. Okay, we got him on one pitch, though. He was around on it, but he was under it. Weak contact, and that is actually a pretty nice and quick inning. Oh my God, I got a round on that right away, but that's just going to be my own one-pitch weak hit pop fly. Shohei? Is he going to add on more himself? No, it's going to die feet before leaving. He really could have. Could you imagine in the clinching game in the World Series if he goes like he's gone on the mound and then accounts for both runs batted in at the plate with one of them being a homer? I was so close to having that be a really nice swing. And then more weak contact. Both of those last two swings, good timing. It's just you need it more in the meat of that PCI, don't you? All right, well, we got 9-1-2. If we can sit them down in order here, we can hold off on facing the tough part of Freeman, Mookie, and Will Smith until the 9th. All right, there we go. We finally got a swing at the curveball. I don't think anybody on this team who throws a curveball has gotten a swing and miss for strike 3 this whole series, but we got one. And then we're going to get Gavin Lux out on the splitter. 13 punch-outs for Ohtani. And no! Oh, that's really bad. For somebody as good in the field as Ramon Urias, how does that get past him? I watched that go in between his glove and his body. How does he miscalculate like that? Dude, I swear, if this is the image that is going to cost me this game, you got not just gold fielding, but it's high up there. It's like 87, 88 fielding on him. That's not even all that hard hit. Oh, now we can't find the zone against Freddie, and he's not swinging. Oh, my God. Oh, he did swing. He had the 3-0 green light. He's going to hold up. Oh, they're going home. They're giving me the out. We got him. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what the CPU is doing sometimes when they send their guys. But we clutched it up, made some good throws on the very bad base running decision, and we're heading to the 9th with the one-run lead intact. I don't know, I guess as they were replaying that was actually a bit closer of a play than it felt like in real time. Like, if I didn't get a perfect throw home, might not have gotten him. Jared Walsh is going to get the perfect past him, and I'm going to head to second here. Yeah, that's JD Martinez still out in center field, so we will take that extra base. Oh, wait, no, it's not. It's not JD Martinez out in second or center field. Yeah, they brought James Outman in. Well, even if my reasons for it were misguided, it still worked out for me. No, that stayed in the zone. I watched that come in, and I thought it was going to have more break before it crossed the plate. That's a fast knuckle curve. Now he makes a really nice slider. Really nice pitch there. Oh, and then Theis, I'm popping out on the first pitch. We throw away a leadoff double, and we're going to have to maintain a one-run lead in the bottom of the 9th in an elimination game in the World Series with 3 big bats coming up. I am leaving Ohtani out there. I don't care that he's 110 pitches in. He's still in the green. I'm leaving him in until he doesn't get an out. Curve, TA's got it. There's out number 1. We're down into the yellow energy now, or at least I'm just now noticing it, and we got Will Smith popping up. 1 pitch, weak out to center field, and now it's just Trace Thompson. Can we get him to chase? Well, we can't get him to chase right away. I was going to say, can we get him to chase 3 times to end this thing? No, we can't, but we get a grounder. Drury has it, and the LA Angels beat the Dodgers to win the World Series. They did it. The final year of being able to keep Shohei Ohtani around, and they pick up a World Series title. Mike Trout finally does it, finally gets a ring, and you gotta wonder, in this universe, if it were to continue, would a ring be enough to convince Shohei to stick around? We did it though, man. 2 for 2 on winning the World Series while using some of these teams that were the most disappointing in the 2023 season. We took the Mets and their disappointment. We brought them to winning the World Series. And now the Angels, after in real life going all in at the deadline, and it not panning out in the worst way. They lost their star player, but at least within our universe, we get to call them champs. So there we go. The final screen, World Series champions. Legend difficulty, once again. We obviously get that grade A, amazing. And I'm going to go ahead, hop right into continuing it into franchise in order to take a look at some of these stats. We're going to hop right into a little bit of a stat recap here. Not going to go crazy with it. We're going to keep it reasonable, but I do want to give one last look into each of our individual players, go over the kind of seasons they had, and then we'll look at the awards. So first of all, Shohei Ohtani. I mean, his postseason stats right here. 4-0 record, although he was one pitch away from making that 5-0 if he could have just gotten Josh Naylor out in Game 5 of the Cleveland series. But 55 strikeouts to only 5 walks, a 1.41 ERA. I guess if we're talking about him, we may as well talk about what he did at the plate. 23 hits, 23 for 57. He goes deep 6 times, swipes 3 bases, over 400 average, 1200 OPS. I mean, he did it all. Like, he did it all more than anybody else has ever done it all in a postseason run. But heading back to the regular season, I mean, he should win all the awards. He should win every single award that he's eligible for. I mean, over 20 wins on the mound, 234 innings, only 41 walks, 272 strikeouts, a 281 ERA, 10 complete games, 5 shutouts, 7.1 wins above replacement as a pitcher, and then you flip it over to his hitting numbers. He hit in all 162 games, goes for over 30 doubles, over 50 homers, drove in 141, almost walked 100 times. I guess this is the one thing he struggled with, was stealing bases. But a 963 OPS, I guess he made an error in the field, so that probably jeopardizes his chances of winning a pitching Gold Glove. But a 5.2 wins above replacement on the hitting end. You can't just smash those numbers together and add them up and say that's his total wins above replacement, but if you were to do that, it'd be over 12. Continuing on with our pitchers, we have Patrick Sandoval. Had a pretty solid postseason. ERA's a little high, but 32 strikeouts to just the 2 walks. We go to his regular season. He was improving the whole time. We had that no-hitter that we completed with him in like his very first start of the year. Gave him that 3+ performance boost, and he ran with it, man. 21 wins for him also. 222 strikeouts, finishes with an ERA under 3. 7 shutouts is ridiculous. 5.8 wins above replacement is where he finishes. We can go to Jose Suarez next. Made 3 postseason starts. ERA just under 4, but he didn't walk anybody, which is, I don't know, it's kind of weird considering his whip was over 1. Must have given up his fair share of hits. Yeah, 23. But regular season, he improved a lot, all the way up to an 82. I think he actually started. I could be wrong, but I want to say him and Detmers started as the same overall. And Detmers is an A potential. Suarez is a B. And Suarez outpaced him in terms of upgrading that overall. But another guy with an ERA under 3, over 220 strikeouts, over 20 wins. I mean, 22-2. This game puts way too much weight on the starting pitcher record when it comes to considering who wins the Cy Young Award. So I actually wouldn't be shocked if Suarez not only is a sleeper pick, but is the pick that wins the Cy Young Award. The Cy Young Award is weird sometimes. Like, he shouldn't win it over Ohtani, but I wouldn't be shocked if he does. But he's going to finish with an even 6 wins above replacement, only 2 shutouts and 5 complete games for him, so he's slacking. Next is Tyler Anderson. He didn't regress all that much. He stayed about the same. Another guy with an under 3 ERA. I mean, our starting pitching was crazy this year. All those innings, all those I guess few earned runs allowed. He didn't give up any hits. He made up for his lack of strikeouts by just not giving up hits. Whip just barely over 1, finishes with a 3.7 WAR. And then we can just move on to our last starting pitcher for the regular season, but Detmer's in the postseason. I don't know how it worked out that I just didn't use him in the World Series, but he gave me 12 really solid innings leading up to the World Series. Looking at his regular season numbers, first of all, you can see his development wasn't on par with Suarez, and he was our only starter to not be insane. Still put up solid numbers. I mean, a 4.44 ERA isn't terrible. Still made it over 200 innings, and his wins above replacement is going to finish at just 1.5. But as a fifth starter, that is fine. We can talk about Griffin Canning, but there's not a whole lot to talk about. He was solid in the postseason, but he did pick up 2 of our losses, and then he didn't really play in the regular season, so there's not really much to say about him. We can talk about Jose Soriano, though. Didn't get him into any playoff games, but he was our big fast-track development player. I don't even remember what his overall started at. I think it was like 62. We got him all the way up to a 78 with a B potential, and he wasn't good. Like, you would have wanted him to be good with that much progression, that much development. He just wasn't, which is a shame. But it was still fun to use him as much as I did during that stretch where he got the fast track and then got the call up, and I think I threw 2 complete games with him. Moving on to the relievers, and I'll spend less time on these guys, but Jimmy Herget I should give adequate attention to, because the entire time from start to, I guess, trade deadline, I kept saying I need a closing pitcher. We never got a trade for a closing pitcher, but Jimmy Herget stepped up, gave me 38 saves with a 1.73 ERA. Like, this dude became our lockdown closer I was looking for. And then Jaime, I mean, I almost don't want to look at his stats because I have such a high opinion of Jaime, but we have to. Somehow the ERA finished at 3.72. I swear the first 2/3 of the season, this dude was hovering around a 1 ERA. So I don't know what happened to him in the last third of the season, but he still, puts up solid numbers, and then he comes back in the playoffs and puts up amazing numbers again. So whatever he lost, he figured it back out when it mattered most. We can kind of throw together Matt Moore and Aaron Loop because they're both kind of the same type of player, an old lefty who is just around to pitch in the matchups that were favorable to have a lefty on the mound. That's what they did in the playoff run. It's pretty much what they did in the regular season. Matt Moore, 4.39 ERA isn't great. Didn't have a ton of work, and that's kind of the same deal with Loop. He even got less work, but put up a little bit slightly better numbers in that less amount of work. I guess we also have to talk about Carlos Estevez. Somehow as a 67 overall, just hung around the entire year and actually put up some pretty decent numbers. 2.31 ERA for a 67 overall. On to the catchers, and we have to remember for the majority of the season, Logan O'Hoppe and Max Stassi was the platoon. So we'll start with Max Stassi because he was around for the first little over half of the season as our starting catcher against righties, and he was fine. I mean, nothing special, nothing terrible. Yeah, I really don't have anything else to say about him. I kind of am curious what everybody's wins above replacement was as our offensive players, and a 2.3 for a platoon catcher who got sent down midway through the season. That's pretty good. And then moving to O'Hoppe, I'm actually kind of surprised he didn't progress more than he did. As a young guy with B potential who put up an average of over 300, I mean, you really would have expected the contact numbers to be soaring, but they didn't. So I don't know what's going on there, but he faced lefties primarily, and he did great. I mean, can't really ask for much more than that out of a catcher in the 60 overall range, and he finishes with a 2.1 wins above replacement. And then he's technically a first baseman, but we used him mostly as a catcher. Matt Theis, he was our first guy sent down at the start of the season, but then we were able to, I can't remember actually, did we fast track? We had to have fast tracked him and called him up with those ratings. But once we did call him up, he became our catcher to replace Stassi in the platoon. He caught the other third of the games that the other two didn't, and he was really good. He had his moments in the postseason too. I mean, he had 12 bombs in the regular season, almost a 400 on base, and he put together a 1.1 wins above replacement, which I think should be more. It's just I feel like they don't always calculate it based on the position the guy actually played. They just calculate it based on what is listed as their primary. Then we can talk about Walsh next, who was another call-up. He started in the minors. We got a call-up with him that gave him a nice little attribute boost, and he went with it, man. Only played in about half the games, and look at the numbers he put up. 20 bombs, batted over 340, an exact 1,000 OPS. And then I think, well, 4.4 wins above replacement, and then he went deep 5 times in the playoff run. Going to Drury, he was kind of all over the place, wasn't he? I mean, he had times where he was on the bench, he started, he played first, he played second, he was all over the place. Ended up playing in 106 games, over 20 bombs. Just a really, solid season. There's not much more you can say about that. I'm actually a little surprised the WAR isn't higher based on those numbers. Then you have Rengifo, purely a platoon guy. I even think there was a point where I benched him against lefties, but he turned it around because he wasn't that great, but he did turn it around. The power really showed up. I mean, 20 bombs in 56 games is actually kind of crazy. I mean, 56 games is what, just over a third of the season? So his per 162 game average would put him around 60 homers. That's insane. Yeah, I mean, wow. This is why I enjoy the stat recap, because I would not have realized, I wouldn't have remembered that Rengifo put up numbers like this, but almost 1,000 OPS on him. Finishes with only a 1.5 ERA also. Kind of surprised, just like Drury, it wasn't higher. Then we get to Ramon Urias, our first trade, probably our best trade. And I didn't think he was going to be as good of a trade as he was, but he had really good progression too. As a B potential, he ended up showing the power: 25 bombs, 30 doubles, average over 300, OBP over 400, slugging over 500, played a great field, 7.4 wins above replacement for a guy who I traded for at the time that was a 77 overall. This actually might be one of the best trades in my March to October history with how he played. And then we can talk about Rendon, but there's not a whole lot to talk about. Really, the only thing he did well was get walked. Didn't really hit for much power. Average was whatever, but dude had some plate discipline this year. I guess that led him to accrue a nice 1.6 wins above replacement, so good for him. Then we have Tim Anderson. I think he was our last trade. I didn't really realize that he was that bad in the playoff run. That's a shame, but he was okay, I feel like, right? I mean, yeah, he batted 300, showed some decent power. I don't know how much of what was with us and was before I traded for him, but I needed another middle infielder because I didn't want to have David Fletcher playing, and he came in and played better than David Fletcher would play. 3.2 WAR. We got Taylor Ward in left field, also didn't have a great postseason, but he had a really nice regular season, pretty similar to last year, really, or I guess now in real life it'd be 2 years ago, but the last real season on this, he just kind of upped his double count. But yeah, I mean, just a really nice bat. It kind of gets overshadowed by how many other people did better, but it was just a great season out of him. And then I want to skip this guy because this is a special one to talk about. So we'll go to Brett Phillips first. Somehow managed to stay on the big league team the whole season. That fielding, that speed bailed him out, and he didn't hit bad. Look at that. Who would have expected that a guy with those attributes would have put together those numbers? I mean, for a guy who was only there to field as a backup fielder and come into games as a pinch runner, anything you get offensively is a bonus, and he actually did some good things offensively, and even 2 WAR. We'll move on to Renfroe next. He had some big homers throughout the playoffs, 4 of them, but then back in the regular season, over 30 homer guy. Pretty sure he was starting right fielder the whole time. There was a lot of positional moving around. Most of that was in the infield. I think Hunter Renfroe stuck around as the all-time right fielder, and he put together his best season ever. I mean, an 850 OPS, all those homers, pretty solid in the field, 3.1 WAR. And then yeah, we'll finish it off with Mike Trout, because oh my god, what a year did he have. I don't know how a guy who hits 50 homers loses power, but I really don't care, man. I mean, look at this. Look at the year he had. 42 doubles, 50 homers, almost 100 walks, and he struck out less than he walked. 373 average, 467 on base, 746 slugging percentage for a 1214 OPS. Just unbelievable numbers he was able to put together for me. And he finishes with a 13.1 wins above replacement. Now, I know I said you can't just smash Ohtani's pitching and hitting WAR together to determine his total WAR, but if that was how you did it, Mike Trout still has that beat out. So moving on then to talk about awards, I don't know who wins MVP. It probably should be Shohei because he did it at the plate with 50 plus homers. He also did it on the mound with an under 3 ERA and 270 strikeouts, but knowing this game and knowing how it doesn't really always credit Ohtani in the way that it should, and it really only considers him as either a hitter or either a pitcher, I kind of think Trout takes it home. I think when it comes to postseason awards, I think Ohtani cleans up. But let's first look at the players of the month here and see what we have throughout the year. Feels like April and this March to October was so long ago. That's one thing I did want to mention is I did not anticipate there being as much time in between the episodes of this March to October as there was, but I just had some other things, namely my Pack Attack series that I was focusing on. So as I continue and start with a new team, I plan on those episodes coming out quicker, like even quicker, like I'm talking maybe even 2 a week. Anyway though, let's continue with this here. We'll move on to May, still nobody, and there we go. We got our first couple in June. Suarez on the mound, Walsh at the plate. Trout's player of the month for July. We got Trout again in August and Sandoval on the mound, and then Jose Suarez again in September. So again, that's another one. I wouldn't be shocked if Suarez wins Cy Young out of nowhere. So let's take a look at the main awards. I think they start you with looking at postseason awards. So that's the first one we're gonna see. It's World Series MVP and it's Shohei. So I was right about that. I said he would clean up the playoff awards, and there's one of the two, and he gets both of them. 415 average over the course of the postseason with 6 bombs. Not to mention what he did on the mound, but I don't think they factored that in. Like, he won postseason MVP purely by what he did at the plate. All right, and then regular season MVP, I think it should be Shohei. Wouldn't be shocked if it's Trout, and it is Mike Trout. We have the top 3. Wow, I wonder if that can't have ever happened. I don't know. I don't know this type of baseball history that in depth, but I feel like it'd be crazy if it ever has happened where the top 2 MVP vote getters are from the same team, but there's no way that it's ever been the top 3 finalists. But yeah, Trout takes it home, and this screen makes me think Suarez is going to take home the Cy Young. And he does. I told you guys. I told you it could happen. Really should be Shohei. Even just looking at these 3 stats, it should be Shohei. But it still comes home to us either way, so it doesn't matter. Just out of curiosity, over in the NL, it's Spencer Strider with only a 3.27 ERA over these 2 guys. And then MVP was Juan Soto and Machado. So wow, both leagues had the MVP winner and the runner-up come from the same team. And then Mike Trout runs away with the batting title, not even close. Reliever of the year, we don't get one of those. Jimmy Herget didn't quite rack up enough innings pitched, enough saves. Rookie of the year, we didn't have any rookies, at least I don't think so, or none that did good enough to show up in this award race. Hank Aaron Award goes to Trout, makes sense, best hitter. And then we're on to the positional awards. So let's see if we get any of these. And we're just going to go through. Urias finishes runner-up for third base. No shortstop. And then the outfield, we didn't get any outfielders. So no gold gloves on this team. Silver Sluggers, we're starting in hot. We get Shohei winning for DH. No catcher. Makes sense. We had a platoon going. Nobody at first, though. I guess with a full season, Walsh would have gotten it, but without one, not quite. And then nobody for second, nobody for third. We got TA finishing third at short, and then Trout wins for the outfield and nobody else. So there we go. That wraps up everything Angels related for the Angels March to October. And I said if you guys stuck around to the end, I'll reveal the next team that I will be giving a March to October to. And that team is going to be the San Diego Padres. We're sticking with the theme of teams that were supposed to be good and just completely disappointed their fans. So I'm looking to do right by them my next time out. But for now, that is it for the Angels March to October, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with me these 5 long episodes. And I hope to see you at the start of the next one.